all you ever said. Oh, not the one to tell you what to do, but tell me now, is it right for you? Cause we've been talking, keep on saying maybe. You got me hoping we're a possibility, but I don't know what's going on inside your mind. You keep on running back to him, even when he don't treat you right. And all I wanted was for you to just be happy. Ask you what you want, but all you say is maybe. So maybe you'll be happier without me. Maybe we'll be better off after I leave. Maybe all along I was just being headstrong, cause in the end, darling, maybe I was wrong. And maybe you see that I could have been the one. Maybe you'll understand after I'm gone. And in time I hope that you'll find some clarity. Cause all you ever said was maybe. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe. Maybe. It's all you ever said was maybe. Yeah, maybe I'm to blame, going insane, thinking I can change ya. Yeah, or is it just a game that I can never play and your love's a treasure? But tell me, did I ever do you wrong? Give me a reason from going. I focus on the stats, forget looking back, but for real it's all I have, moving on ya. And I don't know what's going on inside my mind. Why can't let go? Something that never was, holding on love that I never lost. Cause it won't know, it never was mine. Crying over ghosts, but never was alive. It all went wrong, but never was right. Tell myself I better want somebody alive. Cause maybe you'll be happier without me. Maybe we'll be better off after I leave. Maybe all along I was just being headstrong, cause in the end, darling, maybe I was wrong. But maybe you'll see that I could have been the one. Maybe you'll understand after I'm gone. And in time I hope that you'll find some clarity. Cause all you ever said was maybe. me what to do, tell me what to do. If you want me to take over, just give me the green light, just give me the green light. If you want me to get close to you, just tell me what to do, tell me what to do. If you want me to take over, just give me the green light, just give me a sign, just give me the green light. If you want me to get close to you, just tell me what to do, tell me what to do. If you want me to take over, just give me the green light, just give me a sign. If you want me.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube and Twitch channels. I hope you're all having a great time, a great Wednesday. We are here to just hang out. I've got a few videos for us to go through today. Nothing super political because...
What is today's topic?
Hey Michael! Welcome to the stream. Today's topic, we have a few different videos to go over. We have lots of internet stuff. We've got somebody that I like to watch actually tried the Lunchly. So we're going to go over his reaction to that. We've got a video about a bank CEO who stole $47 million. We've got a video about disturbing apps you should never download onto your phone. And we've got Moist Critical talking about some leaks of some kind. Fury Kitten is here. Hello. Go away, Siri. I don't want you here right now. And hi Hun and Peeps. Ooh, falling over water. I bought some white wine falling over water the other night and it was crap. It was like alcoholic pop. I drank the entire bottle in the space of 5 hours. It was a small bottle. I don't even think it was a full 750 milliliters.
Message retracted.
And it was...
I was just going to watch Asmont Gold. He posted an hour ago about what's up on his situation. Button. Addy
I was just about to watch Asmongold. Oh, did he? I should actually look that up right now. Let's actually see what that's about, because he got banned. Let's see what he has to say. Because I would like to know what my plans moving forward. 1 hour ago. Yep.
With is something.
That's it. That's it. Got it. I got it. All right. Well, I guess that's going to be part of the topic. Because we're going to find out what's going on with Asmongold as well. So, ow. Why is everything cracking? And I do apologize if I have to hit the be right back button more than usual. I still have my oldest home, or my youngest home. He is not doing very well, so if I have to go check on him, I will let you know. So yeah, we've got a bunch of videos to look at here. Ooh, interesting. And we've got a video about 23andMe. Do you remember that? Do you remember that website? That gene testing website? Yeah, apparently we've got a video on that too. So that'll be fun. We've got a lot of different things to cover. But first, I think we should cover Asmongold. He's faking. Wait, what? Oh, he's faking. Oh. Anyway, let's see. First, let's jump in here and let's see what Asmongold has to say. Because I did have everything in an order, but I would like to cover this. So let's see. What is Asmongold going to do?
Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you all about what my reason was for getting suspended on Twitch and also what my plans are going forward. I'm going to try and structure this video into two parts, where the first part is going to be me talking about the Twitch suspension, second part is going to be talking about myself. And the first thing I want to start off with is something that I know it might sound a little bit insincere because of how ridiculous this is, but I really mean it, and if you listen to the whole video, I hope you can see why. Everybody who's come and spoken out and talked to me and said stuff about me, aside from the, oh, you should kill yourself or something like that.
Jesus Christ, he's actually gotten, well, I'm not surprised. It's the internet, and everybody and their mother will tell you to kill yourself if you say things that they don't like. Ugh. Oh my god. The red flag guy, the Dustin Pointer guy I watched, the guy with the red flags, he went over... He pissed off the rainbow flag carrying watermelon lovers. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That's spicy.
I want to say that I really appreciate you, and I think this has been something that's a long time coming, and I actually think that this is something that not only I deserved, but it's also something that I needed. And I want to...
Interesting. So he thinks he deserved and needed all of this? I wonder where this is going.
Not only I deserved, but it's also something that I needed. And I want to talk about what the reason for that is, but I want to start off and just make sure that that's actually very clear. So a couple of days ago, I made some comments about Palestine and also about Hamas and, some just general, basically opinions that were trivializing the genocide that's happening there. And I don't really want to mince words or try to I wasn't justifying or, promoting it. I said something about it that was disgusting.
Well, I wasn't listening to the entire, I didn't hear the entire video. The ones that if they go to Palestine, they will learn to fly. Yes. I was already upset with his Twitter apology. This is going to piss me off even more. Yeah, I don't know why he's he obviously is doing this because he wants his Twitch back. I think he's doing this because he's, obviously, he's got money, but he doesn't want to lose the stuff he's getting from Twitch.
I said that I didn't care about innocent people getting killed by another force by anything. And I think that that's a horrible, disgusting, mean-spirited thing to say. And I don't necessarily think that it was really racist, really, but when I'm using language like Palestinians or like the people there, rather than what my real language was, I've always been very outspoken and very against religious extremism, and I still am. I think that any religion and any way of thinking that's going to cause you to put other people in like kind of positions below you as like, you know, like gay people, women, people with disabilities, anything like that, I think that that's a really bad position to have, and I really don't like that. And I think that my problem and my fault here was that I was making a criticism of religious extremism, and I made no effort. And I feel like almost, I've rewatched the clip, right, or a number of the clips, and it's like I've almost made an effort not to draw a distinction between the two things. I think.
What are we? So wait, are you saying that Israel is perpetrating religious extremism by defending itself? Is that what I'm hearing from you, Asmongold? Because that doesn't make sense. He needs to stop kissing ass on the left. Yeah. It's because of his company. This sounds like OTK yapping at him, you think? This was expected. This was expected after years of him getting away with saying a lot of shit.
I think that a lot of us here can easily say that we're against religious extremism.
Yeah.
And I am. But whenever I categorize everybody in the area as this, like, group, then I'm the asshole. And I was the asshole. I had a lot of you guys tell me that. And it's taken me, this is what's so crazy about it, is that I think this has been going on now for like 2 years. I think that I've been slowly devolving into the most mean-spirited, I don't really even know what the word is for it.
But like how though? I don't understand, like, why? Just because you said this one thing, you think you're mean-spirited? I don't see it. I don't understand. This is why protesting shit in faraway lands does not help. Yeah. It absolutely. But this is, I don't see Asmongold as mean-spirited. I, like, Pink Hollow and I watch a lot of his stuff and a lot of his streams, and, like, he has a lot of dumb people in his chat, so he claps back at them, but I don't see him as mean-spirited.
Just like the most mean-spirited, rude, like nasty, like just callous, psychopathic version of myself. I think that I've been devolving into that.
That's a heavy word. Let's back that up.
Rude, like nasty, like just callous, psychopathic version of myself.
Jesus, dude. What's with the self-flagellation? Why are we victimizing ourselves here?
I think that I've been devolving into this. And a lot of my friends have told me this. My dad has told me this. He said, you've got to chill out. You've got to calm down. I've been like, oh, that old man doesn't know what he's talking about. And I've finally had some level of accountability for that. And thank God. I look back at some of the things that I've said and done over the past 2 years, and I don't think that I've been wrong about everything, obviously, right? But there have been ways that I've communicated and ways that I've acted that are indefensible. And I think looking back on it, it's just disgusting.
Which ones, though? name them. If you want to take accountability, like this is something that I'm trying to learn and do, right? You have to, if you're going to do all this and say all this, right? Then you have to like actually say what things that you think you've done wrong.
And it's something that when you get lost in the sauce and you get fixated around like listening and reading feedback and, you know, just getting hyper fixated, this is like your entire life, you lose a perspective on reality and you lose a perspective on the world. And I think that perspective was brought into perspective yesterday and the day before when I was making comments like this. And I feel so stupid. It's crazy. So I'm getting all these people making negative comments toward me. Everybody is telling me like, oh, go kill yourself. I hate you. Everything like this. Do you know who reached out to me? And they wanted to talk and have a conversation and see if I was okay.
No, who? Destiny?
It's people that were Islamic and people that had fucking family in Palestine. And how humiliating is that? How absolutely humiliating is that? And these were the people I was trying to say were bad. And
well, because the people that are telling you to kill yourself are white knighting for those people. And a lot of those people who have family over in Palestine, those people, Hamas is basically using them as meat shields. Right? Destiny and his son are two people who need to shut the fuck up. They say the exact same shit, just the other way around. A lot of this is from Hassan and Destiny. I'm not surprised.
And I feel like such a fucking stupid asshole. I really do. I've always been I guess like I've always been kind of like an atheist. And even as a young kid, I was raised Roman Catholic and I was always very defiant towards it. And I've always had a negative opinion of religion, and I've also had a negative opinion of religious cultures.
Well, you can have a negative opinion of religious culture and religion and still understand what's going on over in a certain area. Like, they left for a reason. Yeah.
And I think that really, I think that opinion is definitely shaped by the media that I've created, and the media I've created for myself, and then also just the media that exists, the media that I've chosen to seek out as well. And I think that media has allowed me to have certain predispositions and certain biases that the truth is that don't have any sort of relation to what my own real life has been experienced.
Are we blaming media for this? Are we really are we blaming media for your uneducated statement? Okay.
Or my own real life experience has been, excuse me. And so I've been spending a lot of time talking to those people, and I've seen people like fans of mine, like I had viewers messaging me on Discord, like, you know, why are you saying this? Like, do you want to talk? Do you want to, like, you know, I'm willing to talk to you, and like, you know, like let's try to work this out, right? We love you. And I scrolled up on their messages, and these are people that messaged me in like 2016, 2017, 2018, like, I love your content, I love your stream, I love you, right? And now they get to hear this from me. And I just feel like such a stupid, belligerent fucking asshole. I really do. And I'm sorry.
Now, I don't necessarily think that all of this is wrong, that what he's saying, because I'm fairly sure that not everybody over in Palestine is a Hamas supporter. And I'm fairly sure that there are a lot of just innocent people dying as meat shields for these horrible people. And I think that it's almost like he's panicking trying to get this apology out. It he You can tell he's panicking. You can tell that like he is having some introspection here about himself, and but like I don't know. This is really interesting. This is really, really interesting to watch.
I really am. I think that it's extremely fair to criticize religious extremism, and I think that it's extremely unfair to categorize everybody in part of that group as religious extremists. I think it is, and I'm really sorry for that. I've just been a fucking dick. And it's weird because yesterday I woke up and I didn't know if I was going to get suspended or not, and I had planned on streaming and everything, and I actually got a text message from one of my mods. They said, "Oh, I heard about the suspension, I'm sorry." And I was like, I remember I was like driving, and like, you know, you'd think that like your heart rate would go up, but if anything, I felt more relaxed. I felt like finally I have a moment to just take a step back and breathe and think for myself and just stop, just like get out of my own head. And I spent a long time like just writing basically a list of all of these things that like I think that I should be doing with my life. And this is going to be kind of the second part, by the way, of the video. Comments that I made were pretty much about religious extremism. I think it's bad, but I've categorized a lot of people in that way. That was unfair. It's wrong for me to have done that. I said something that was bad. I should not have said that. I should have chosen my words more carefully. I didn't do that. I doubled down on it. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry.
So again, like part of this I kind of respect, but at the same time, this is very much a panicked apology.
That's pretty much, I was a fucking asshole. I was a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. And so, actually I do know what else to say. I don't like making apologies because I think words don't matter. But I do think changed actions and changed behaviors do. And so you can take my apology as hopefully better content. And if you're not seeing that, I want you to hold me accountable. Hopefully this time I won't be stupid enough to ignore it.
Somebody is about to cry. I know that. I know that gulp. I know that gulp down a drink. That is, I have a big lump in my throat. And, yeah. He realized something we all knew. Telling the truth against certain things gets you banhammered. Yep.
Mouth is pretty dry. Anyway, so the second part about this is that I want to talk a little bit about like my life, my personal life, etc., and kind of some of the points that I think that I've kind of gone through to get here. So the main thing is that for the past, like, I would say like 10 years or so, if you look at my life like this, I would have said 10 years ago or maybe 8 years ago, streaming was like this, right? YouTube was like this. And now I would say that my life and streaming are basically the exact same size. And what I mean by that is that streaming is my entire life. Doing this is my entire existence. And I think that the process of that has been extremely unhealthy for me. And I think that what it's done is that it's allowed me to become such a one-dimensional person that I'm not even a person anymore. It's like I'm in Dark Souls, I'm going hollow or something. And I think about like all of the, you know, like I made a list of all of the things that I'm not doing in my life that I should be doing. And I was writing it down and I'm like, you know, fucking like, I'm just going and going and going. I'm like, oh my God, I think it'd be shorter if I transcribed the Bible. Like,
that's, I get what he's saying. Like, I really do get what he's saying. Like, and it's kind of sad. like you want to, like, especially like in my case, like you want to keep doing this, you want to keep making the content, but like at what cost, right? Like at what, like, yeah, this is kind of, this is hitting closer to home than I thought it would. Holy shit.
This is insane. Like, like, whenever I have everything written down line for line, it's like, oh my god, I'm ruining my life. I've been existing, and I want to, at a certain point, actually try to live my life. And I don't think that I've been doing that. And so, what am I going to do? How am I going to do that differently? And what does that mean for my stream, etc.? I think that I'm going to cut down a little bit on streaming quite as much. And I think I'm also going to cut down. This is going to sound like, I hope I can say this in the right way. I feel like the main times that I laugh on my stream nowadays are when I'm laughing at other people. And I look back on videos that I did from 2020, 2016, and 17, and yeah, I've always been an asshole, but holy shit, I've been way more of an asshole.
I feel like I'm kind of the same. Like I feel yeah, I get it. I get it. I've like like the negativity and everything, like, yeah, I fucking get it. It's a very like negative thing to, like, just focusing on like being a reaction streamer and stuff. It's very like, you can get very easily sucked into negatively reacting to things and being like almost like schadenfreude about what you're watching, like, oh, ha ha, at least that's not me type of deal. Like I kind of get what he's saying. It's, yeah, like I said, this is very hitting very close to home here.
It's insane. And it's a night and day difference. And I've had, again, everybody in the world telling me this, including my own dad, and I've just ignored them. And finally it's like, you know what? Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe this is too far. Maybe I need a course correction. Which is why I think that, like, getting suspended in this, I hope that it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And I don't know whether that's going to be true, but I'm going to try to do things differently and make sure to live up to that reality. And so, what are those things that I'm going to be doing differently? The first thing is that I think I'm going to try. I've been very much trying to, like, maintain a consistent schedule with my stream, and I will continue to do that. I want to get up and go to bed at relatively the same time. I want to live a normal life. And also, I want to spend maybe a little bit less time streaming, and I want to spend more time creating my own videos and doing my own things and spending time on things that I really enjoy, and basically just, like, expanding my existence as a person. I think
that's why I've started doing, like, the political videos in the morning, because I really find politics fascinating. And I need to, like, get myself out of the rut of, what's it called? No, I'm not talking about bringing things down. Let's see. Spittle? You're not bringing anything down, Spittle. No, Spittle, you're not I'm glad I'm watching this video. This is eye-opening. Because it's making me see that I'm not the only one who's gone into this loop like this negative loop. And like even in my political content, I could and should be reacting. Like, yeah, you can get angry at things, and rightfully so, but like not everything that I do should be a negative, angry reaction. I should also be laughing. I should be doing more positive things with my streams and my videos. And I'm kind of glad that you mentioned that he dropped this video and that I'm watching it, because it's really
I didn't think he was going to talk about some of the things he is touching up on. Button. Pink hallowed.
it's really interesting.
The attitude telling your hearing is the pain. Button. Pink hallowed. Pink hallowed. The drawing and ink moderator. The attitude telling your hearing is the pain. Button. New live chats. Pink hallowed. The drawing and ink moderator. The attitude telling your hearing is the pain. Button.
The attitude telling your hearing is the pain. Yes.
Ever since I started like OTK and I got involved with that, and then we had like other Starforge and like Mad Mushroom and Mythic and everything, like honestly it's been too much for me to handle. It's been completely too much for me to handle, and I've been losing my mind dealing with it, and I try to hide it the best I can, because I try to do the best, right? I try to do my best. I it doesn't matter how hard it gets, you just keep going, it doesn't matter. And eventually it does matter. And I think that I've negatively affected a lot of them. And I also don't want to talk about that just in the context of just like this recent controversy. I want to talk about this in the context of the last 2 years. I think that I haven't really been able to fulfill my responsibilities as a leader in a lot of cases to them. And I think that I've let a lot of people down. And there have been things that I've done that are positive as well. But I think that one thing this thing has taught me, this whole situation has taught me, it's made me realize, is that I need to get myself in check.
Yes. Big. I feel that. I feel that big time, with not just my streaming, but like my videos and just everything. This is whew.
Pink hallow. The driving ink moderator. I just left Kent and entered Perth. Button. Pink hallow.
This is the you just left. Spittle Buggies says, I didn't think he was going to touch. Being able to spend time with my mom without anybody else has been giving me clarity in my life a lot too. Well, that's good.
I need to get my mind under control. I need to, like, just get my life I need to fix my fucking life. Like, yeah. It's insane. Like, I think about it and it's in shambles. Everything about my life is basically fucked. And I'm going to take a step back from all of that. I'm going to step away from my leadership position and OTK and Starforge and everything. I want to, and they're fine with that. They respect that, and I want to do this. And I want to do this not only for them, but mainly for myself, so I can be a better version of myself for everyone. And I want to apologize to all you guys, my viewers, that I don't think I've lived up to that. I think that I can be a lot better than what I am right now.
Yeah. Same. I have not been a good content creator, so, wow. I was not expecting this. Damn you, Zach! Damn you, sir! You're not supposed to make me do this.
And I don't even think that I've been putting in half the effort that I should be in the way that I should be.
No.
And I'm sorry.
I haven't either.
And so my plan is to, when I get unbanned, I'll keep streaming regularly, right? And I want to focus more on trying to do things that are fun, trying to laugh more with people rather than at people. I'll still laugh at people every once in a while, okay? Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Right. Like, and that's why, like, I'm trying to do, like, That's why I'm trying to change the way I react. That's why I'm trying to change what I react to, how I react. Not just going, oh wow, ooh, ooh, like getting actually like adding to things. Finding good things to laugh at, like the Papa Meat stuff. That always makes me laugh, and it makes me like very happy. So like they dropped their sponsor. Oh.
But it's about a focus, and it's about a tone. I listen to my tone in the clip, and I just sound like such a piece of shit. Really, at the end of the day, I sound like a piece of shit. I sound like a terrible person, and it's just so mean-spirited and callous and just mean. And I don't want to be that person anymore. And I've spent a long time growing up. The time I did, I was an r/atheism enjoyer. I have a very negative opinion of a lot of religions. I've had the experience firsthand of the negative effects of Christianity and the way that I view that. And I've always read a lot of very bad things about Islam, and I've made a lot of criticisms of it. I've talked to a lot of people about it. I've heard a lot about it, and I've been like watching things about it, and I've been like hearing people telling me this is the way it is, but I've never seen it.
I have. His Dragon Ball Spark playthrough was fun, then he got banned. Oh, he's got Dragon Ball Sparking, or Sparking. That's a fighting game, right?
And I actually think that after all this, I think towards the end of next year, I think I'd like to visit the Middle East and see it for myself. I want to see it for a historical perspective, right? I would love to go to Istanbul in Turkey. There's no ulterior motive there at all. But it's not just that. I'd love to visit places like Saudi Arabia, Dubai, any of the other places. I mean, the truth is that, and this is the worst thing about what I said, some of the places that I would want to visit, I might not be able to because of the way that they're like just the internal strife, the actual literal wars that are going on, people being literally killed there, and I might not be able to.
Because of religion. Sorry, but it's because of religion. It's because of religion and fucking power. That's what it's about.
To do that. But I want to do it, and I want to see it for myself. Because I don't like believing what people tell me. And I think that when I do, I end up being a fool. And I want to see it. I want to see it for myself, and I want to experience it. And I want to live my life.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to, like, I don't know, like, clean up part of my house. I'm going to try to do this. And I'm not going to hire a cleaner. As I said, I was raised Roman Catholic. I view this as a penance. And I think I need to do this for myself. I need to take accountability for bad things that I've done and for letting my life get this out of control. And I don't need a get out of jail free card. So I need to do that for myself and for my own closure as well.
Well, I mean, good for you. Like, doing that yourself is gonna be cathartic. It's gonna be good for your mental health. It's gonna be good for all of that. I wouldn't necessarily view that as penance. You've made some very good points about how streaming can affect you negatively. But it might be best to visit the Middle East sooner rather than later while it is less glass. Yes, fighting game. It's on point to the show too.
To the show too. It's nice. Button.
Asmon told the truth, and now he's downplaying everything because he got banned. He did tell the truth, and all those people that are reaching out to him are moderate and not living in those areas, and it's he made some good points in this video though. Like I do respect part of what he said.
And I think also I want to live for the the idiots out there that, you know, they're like looking to me to be a role model, right? Oh, not a good idea. But there are people that will see that, and they'll think maybe to themselves, maybe I should do the same thing. And if I can do that for one person, well, I've already done it for myself. I've already done a good thing, and so it could only get better. And so that's what my plan is. I'm going to try to like rethink my life. I have had a lot of people reach out to me, people I would have never expected reach out to me in ways that I never expected. And I understand that, you know, like I'm still very critical about, you know, religious fundamentalism,
Yeah.
right? But when you paint with such a broad brush that you just include an entire group of people, you're just being you're being a piece of shit. It's like people said it was racist. I didn't mean it as racist, but if you listen to what I said, it's easy that you could assume that. So easy.
Well, okay. No.
Follow the driving ape moderator. Button. Shrapnel. A small goal is good motivation for me to make sure I never end up as disheveled and lazy like his Jordan Peterson was correct. Clean your room. Button.
Yes, shrapnel. Exactly. Clean your room.
And so I'm just a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking moron. I've been an asshole. I think that I've devolved for the last 2 years. I think that I've negatively affected other people too, in ways that I hate. I don't even hate to say this. Like I think I need to say this. I need to say it more. I've negatively affected people in ways that I regret. I think whenever I go back live again, I'll probably talk about that more. And, you know, like there's some just different people I kind of want to apologize to, and, you know, take accountability for things that I've said. And
No,
and
come on. No, you don't need to flagellate yourself anymore. You've done enough apologizing. You've done enough apologizing. This was an alright
that have
video.
negatively affected other people in ways that were unfair and wrong. And that's what my plan is. That's about it. I want to say that I hope that now, after you've heard what I have to say, that a lot of you all can see kind of why I'm saying that I appreciate this. I really think that this is something I needed, and I hope that this is the next part of the rest of my life. And I want you guys to hold me accountable to that. So if I'm being a fucking asshole again, if I'm being mean, if I'm just being callous, acting like a psychopath, just treating people awfully outside of a WoW raid when they get killed by fire, but really laughing at people's misfortune.
Asmon's changing for the good, but for the wrong reasons. So he's falling back on me racist BS. Yep.
Try to say, man, just chill the fuck out. Stop it. Just stop. And I'm gonna do my best to listen. I spent 2 years ignoring it, and look where it got me. This is not even the tip of the iceberg of the problems in my life. And I want to thank everybody for making me aware that that's the case. And hopefully I can avoid the iceberg, right? And so I want to say that's pretty much about all I've got. I'm sorry for a lot of people I let down, not just with comments like this, but also just with the way I've been doing things in general. I think that you guys deserve a much better version of me than what you've been getting. And I hope that I can live up to that in the future. And I don't even want to think about it in the future, right? As soon as I get unbanned, the best apology is better content, change behavior.
Yeah.
And that's what I hope to do. So yeah, anyway guys, I'm just going to focus on myself for a while, try to improve my own life, and There's a lot of things I think, again, I'll probably talk about more whenever I go live again that are.
You know what he should do is he should do videos of him cleaning up his house. That would be good content. If he did videos of him like going through and cleaning up and everything like that, that would be good to do in the meantime before he goes live again.
Good point, Spittle. Button. Spittle Bucky's moderator. A small changing for good. Michael Carroll. There is no race except the human race.
There is no race except the human race. Yep.
Button. New line.
Exactly, Michael. You're exactly right.
Text field. Double tap to enter.
I've always held that belief that there is no race except the human race, and therefore, you're not racist if you like. There are different kinds of dog, but you don't say that a Labrador is not a dog, like a Rottweiler is a dog. Like, they're both dogs. They're just different species of dog, right? They're a different type of dog. It's the same with humans. It's you like you have Asian humans, and you have like Caucasian humans, and you have black humans, and like they're we're all humans. It's all the same.
Smog just had a show. New. Alternative. Okay, I have my heading gloves on. Alternative. Okay, I have my heading gloves on. Who are we getting wacky on? Moderator. A Smog just had a show talking about parasocial issues he was dealing with, so he did get caught up in his own warning sign. Button. Shrug. Raised from these days is used as a bludgeon to beat you in the head with for the most part. Button.
Yup.
Racism, excuse me. Fury.
You're not wrong, Shrapnel.
Moderator. He can do a paint girl video, naked apart from body paint, cleaning his ainscooting. Button. New line.
That's funny, Fury Kitten. He could do a paint girl video naked apart from body paint doing his house cleaning.
HTTP.
That's funny.
Fury Kit moderator.
That's just too good.
Text field.
Oh my god. That's too funny.
To access misspelled words.
Oh man. Well, I think we could use some laughter after that. I think we could take some time to laugh. So, Papa Meat's gonna tell us about the horrors of cruise ships. And I have always said I will never go on a cruise. Never. You could not pay me to go on a cruise. You can still pay me. You can streamlabs.com/blindpress/tip. Just not to go on a cruise.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down. Today, I have something very, very important I'm going to try to drill into your brain. I'm going to try to stop you from going to hell yourself. What
You mean going on a cruise?
is hell
that's going
exactly?
to hell.
Cruise lines. You ever have somebody who's like, we're going on a cruise? They say it as if it's not a prison sentence. Cruises are the biggest anomaly. It's like if Walmart was a boat.
Yeah, except if you're a chick. Unless you're a chick in a bikini doing house cleaning, it doesn't do anything. Not even laundry works anymore these days. Too many people have got this weird incel mentality where titties are scary. Yup. It's true. I will never go on a cruise ship. They are disease-infected shitholes. Yup. I want to go on a cruise because I want to see if the upside-down pineapple thing is true. The upside-down pineapple is definitely true.
Which,
Oh.
honestly, when you say it out loud like that, it seems pretty cool. But cruise ships are, in my opinion, a floating nightmare. I've been on a
They
cruise
are.
ship once whenever I graduated college. I think it was 3 or 4 days in total, and it was 3 or 4 days too long. I think
Oh my god. I would not want to be on a cruise ship for one day, let alone 3 or 4. Oh my god.
By the first night, you kind of got it, and then you realize like, oh, I'm stranded on this thing. Cruises have all kinds of crazy things: drunken fighting, turbulent water. People don't realize how many people go overboard a year on
Yeah, the amount of drunk fucking man
cruise ships,
overboard.
okay? People also don't talk about the rampant assault and even murder that happens on cruise ships. So
Oh,
today,
yeah.
I want to go through a couple instances of some very famous cruise ships and cruise incidents, along with some nice factoids to make sure that you do vacationing right and you stay away from cruise ships. So let's get into it.
Fucking.
For you. Depend issues from the comfort of your home and don't have to worry about. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/PapaMeat. $30 billion a year industry. Isn't that crazy? The amount of people though that I hear, they're like, I'm going on a cruise. We're going up to Alaska to look at whales and we get to go on a whale cruise.
That would just go on a day trip to look at whales. Why do you need to go on a cruise? My friend ran a leisure management for a cruise line. She said it was 95% swingers and basically a floating gulag with enforced happiness. Fishing cruises are fun until they start asking why there is one less person coming back. You may as well hate a person for the color of their hair or eyes. Yep. Fishing cruises are fun except for the other people. Tylenol complete cough, cold, and fever is $11.50. I can go whale watching for $2 there and back. I can go whale watching for $2 there and back. Walmart is full of them whales. Disney cruises have a larger carbon footprint per season than 10 years domestic car ownership. Jesus Christ.
I'd rather go to like a corn maze in Iowa. I think I can confidently say that. I think I can confidently say I'd rather go to like in a corn maze. This is a heavy hitter, and this would be a nightmare for everyone involved. And it's the infamous poop cruise of 2013.
The what? The what now?
A nightmare for everyone involved, and it's the infamous poop cruise of 2013. A fire in the engine room of the Carnival Triumph led to some horrific events. Smoke in the hallway quickly turned to piled up red biohazard bags filled with poop out of.
Oh God! Because I guess if something happened in the engine room, that means that the lavatory facilities were probably not working.
All the echelons of ranking the cruise ships, I think Carnival is like the worst. I believe I've heard it called the Spirit Airlines.
Oh God.
Cruise ships. I've heard it definitely called the Walmart of cruise ships. More than 4,000 passengers and crew members were stranded aboard after a fire knocked out the ship's power. And during this time, they were without air conditioning, without lighting, food, water, and working toilets.
So they had nothing to eat, nothing to drink, they couldn't see, they were really, really hot, and they couldn't use the toilet. That's fucking awful. Working the kitchen on a cruise ship is nice. Drunk guests, drunk staff, 10 bunks in a room the size of a large bathroom. Oh, God.
At the time of setting sail in February, Triumph only had 4 of its 6 generators fully operational, and the company had an ongoing fire hazard in ships across its fleet. So
they knew? They knew about it, and they're like, yeah, whatever, it's
before
fine.
they set off, they realized that 2 of our generators are down, and they were just like, we cannot take the financial hit. Please go. We gotta get people on the Carnival cruise and get them out there in the ocean. Go.
We need money! We need money! You can't not be operating! Please, please, drive! Drive the boat! Make the boat move!
So, for the 4 days, poop was everywhere on this cruise ship, okay? The toilets wouldn't flush, and in some cases, toilets erupted. They overflowed and spilled into the hallways. People were handed bags and told to poop in the red biohazard bags instead of using toilets. Because if you use the toilet, it's probably gonna explode and make things much worse.
Oh god, so the toilets were like the pressurization, I guess, was just and exploding everywhere, and then so they were shitting in bags. Oh.
Imagine someone coming up to you and just being like, please, just use this instead. These workers who probably fucking live on the boat 8 months out of the year a lot of these times are now subjected to being poop police. And this is supposed to be your vacation. You know what? I hate to say it.
Carnival is the largest cruise ship company in the world. They own at least a dozen ship lines with various names around the world. Oh.
But this is divine punishment in a lot of ways. I think this is God letting you know. He's like, better watch out. Poop cruise. They thought that this would be a civilized act, but in the end, poop was smeared all over the walls, all over the floor. People were rioting with poop on the Carnival cruise ship. And
oh, God. Using their feces as bioweaponry.
Raw sewage pooled at the end of the deck. It all just accumulated at the end of the deck. And some passengers avoided what little food there was so they didn't have to use the red bag. They saw the horrors going on and they were just like, we won't be one of those red baggers. The ship still operates. And the craziest thing is after all of this nightmare, this giant publicity stunt that happened, they still use this specific ship that probably has dried up shit somehow. It's probably in the walls. It's under the floor.
Oh, God. Could you imagine the half-assed cleaning job that went into that ship before it was recommissioned? Oh.
Poop bad days, but Furican moderator, and the ships are about as seaworthy as a skin coracle, outside of dead calm, and in SGHT of land, best to ready to leave boats, button. Spittle buggies moderator, buckets with liners and a seat was a luxury, button.
Buckets with liners. Liners. Oh. Oh, God.
No way that they did a good enough cleaning. There's no way Carnival Cruise actually gave a fuck about that. They're probably just like, replace the carpet, we'll be fine. Moving on. But due to the loss of power, the ship's stabilizer stopped working, causing the ship to list, which I'll give you a nice little description of what that is here, which sloshed all the water and sewage aboard. It really put a damper on the whole day. And after the vessel took on water and tilted to one side, the ship's carpets and walls were soaked in a mixture of sewage and water.
Gross. Oh, this is just awful.
Many guests dragged their mattresses to outside decks to escape the high heat because there was no AC and the nauseating smell. So the heat and the cooking poop probably made what I could only assume is a mustard gas in the air. And to escape it, they tried sleeping in the hallways instead. They tried going outside and sleeping on the docks to no avail. It was just a big poopy situation. It was a big shit-filled sandwich. Some guests even constructed makeshift tents.
The ships are too top-heavy on purpose. Oh, this is... Ugh.
Landscape, charge port to the portrait. Check message input selected.
This is gross.
On the tanning deck with their bed sheets, which if you look at this, it looks like a fucking Mad Max picture. This is pretty unbelievable, but I will say out of all of this, the slide looks pretty fun. I would have gone on the slide, especially if there is a shitty situation. You have to enjoy it somehow, right? You're stranded at sea for 4 days. If you're gonna get shit on you somehow, at least let it be the slide is what I have to say. This is where shit really hit the fan. I keep saying these shit lines and it's making me laugh, but in an odd gesture to pacify guests, the cruise announced it would be hosting an open bar from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Yeah. Let's get everybody drunk so they can get alcohol shits. That'll make everybody. That'll make it much better.
Why on God's green earth would you want that drunk chaos when people have no real food or water? People are shitting themselves. None of the sewage system works. So now let's just get them drunk?
What?
This proved to be a horrible idea as guests on board became unruly, getting into fights, throwing things overboard, and damaging the already compromised restrooms. And the next day, the crew awoke to the news that they had drifted too far off course from the intended destination for the emergency port, which
Oh no! So now they have to fucking sail on.
is really funny because that means to me that the crew definitely got fucking smashed as well to probably cope with how terrible this whole situation.
Yeah, the crew definitely got fucked up. The crew was definitely not paying attention the night before.
It was going. They probably got absolutely smashed and they woke up the next day and they were like,
Oh my God, where the fuck are we?
and it was definitely it would be definitely a comedy movie situation, except it's real life and people
Dude, where's my ship?
are probably extremely mad. They were so far off course that they had to get towed to Mobile, Alabama, adding another 2 days to the hell. They were already in it for 4 days, and then they had to stack on an additional 2 just to get towed to an area where they could let people off and get out of this fucking nightmare. And
Here's a fun fact. You have to pass a basic seamanship test and an OSTCW, which is almost the same thing. You can take it online. Hey, Jordan. To be fair, you better give me some booze after that. Yeah, but like after I'm off the ship.
And multiple passengers sued the cruise line, and in response, the company pointed out that they quote-unquote said they never promised a safe trip. They pulled it in, and people of Mobile, Alabama were actually complaining how bad the ship smelled itself. Carnival Cruise, though they provided all passengers a full reimbursement, a free flight home, and a $500 credit, which what a slap in the face. $500 credit to what? Hey, you're gonna come see us again, aren't you? Hey, if you...
Yeah, right? Like, hey, here's a $500 credit towards your next cruise. Fuck you. I am not coming back. I would never come back to a cruise again after that.
If you have another vacation with, your old-ass wife and your annoying kids, please consider Carnival, would you? Tons of passengers still sued the company. Most, if not all, though, lost their cases. No one really got reimbursed for this horrible fucking tragedy, basically being in prison for 6 days on a shitty, smelly ship, and Carnival made it out scot-free. And this exact ship is still used today.
That is disgusting. I'm sorry. That is just absolutely disgusting.
Blows my fucking mind. But you think sewage and poop are the only reasons to not go on one of these cruise ships? No. It is estimated that there are over 300 deaths on cruises each year.
Wow. 300 a year. That is a lot.
2000 to 2019, only 623 were reported. So I don't know what happened there. I think Carnival Cruises and Royal Caribbean and everyone else got the books together and they fudged some numbers. But still, in a 20-year span, how does 623 people, how do they just magically die? It still feels like such a high count to me. I don't know. Next up, in terms of death on a cruise, we're going to speak of the sinking seawall. Swall. On April 16, 2014, the Sewol ferry sank on its way to South Korea. Out of 476 passengers, 304 of them died. 250 of these deaths were students. Most of the people that survived were rescued by fishing boats.
So, how did all these people just fucking die? That's crazy.
The ship was purchased in 2012. The ship was 18 years old and severely run down. After the purchase, the ship underwent modifications that were deemed illegal, but the Korean Register of Shipping let it go because the ship had, quote-unquote, normally passed its inspections and tests. Here's a list of some of these modifications.
So, the mods were illegal, but because the ship passed its normal safety inspection, it was like, yeah, fine. It's fine.
Addition of 2 decks. Expansion of cargo gross tonnage, adding 239 tons. Increasing the passenger capacity from 116 people to 956 people. These modifications caused the center of gravity to be moved upward, and it also caused a left-to-right imbalance. The vessel made 241 round trips before its final voyage, and at the time of sinking, it was carrying over 2,000 tons. The water balance tank beneath the hull of the ship, designed to keep it upright, was only adjusted for 800 tons of cargo.
That's, I may not know much about shipping and cargo, and balance. And I'm just saying that this just does not seem like a very good modification.
Making the ship
here.
unstable. And like we said, it was only made for 800, but at this time it was carrying over 2,000 tons. So just greatly over what it was supposed to be carrying. Due to the
How
imbalance.
did it even manage to do that? Like, how can you modify a ship illegally, get it to pass, and then manage to get all this tonnage on the ship without somebody going, no?
The ship listed and needed directional guidance. The captain and his crew abandoned the ship shortly after telling passengers to wear extra clothing and life vest and to stay in their rooms. What a ship shortly after due to the imbalance, the ship listed and needed directional guidance. The captain and his crew abandoned the ship shortly after telling passengers to wear extra clothing and life vest and to stay in their rooms.
Wow. The crew and captain just fucked off and abandoned the passengers?
What a fucking monster, honestly. This
Jesus
fucking coward told
Christ.
people not to move and made an escape and did not let anybody know. The Coast Guard, who had jurisdiction, did not mobilize. They did not share the valuable data and did not act, leaving civilians and other organizations to step in, which is why many were rescued by fishermen and some commercial ships in the area. So literally, the Coast Guard didn't do it.
Yeah, I watched Brick and Mortar's breakdown of the sinking, and Jesus Christ. This is
Anything in that
crazy.
situation. They didn't mobilize. They didn't share data. It was literally people from the town, fishermen from the town that went out to help people. And that's pretty much why the people that were able to survive were saved by fishermen and civilians alike. I mean, these people were the actual heroes of the situation. Due to inaccurate reporting of survivors and those rescued, it was months before they revealed that the majority of people perished. And on May 15th, the captain and the 3 crew members were charged with murder. Yeah.
Good. They should be charged with murder. That they abandoned the passengers to die. They should absolutely be charged with murder.
Yes! I fucking love these story endings! Except the people dying. That was not cool. Ugh, God, what a fucking coward. The sinking of the Swole and the young lives lost shocked and outraged the nation so much that many citizens called for the death penalty, something that South Korea had administered in almost 20 years. Even the captain's brother said he deserved the death penalty. That's really
Holy
funny. He's just like,
shit.
fuck that guy. I know.
Wow. The captain's own brother's like, yeah, kill him. Kill the fucker.
I know, we're blood, he's my brother, but fuck that guy. 11 other members were indicted for abandoning the ship, and an arrest warrant was also issued to Yoo Byung-hyun, owner of the ferry operation, but he could not be found despite a nationwide manhunt. That little slippery son of a bitch. In July of 2014, Byung-hyun was found in a field just south of Seoul. I wonder, that feels a little suspicious to me. And in 2017, 3 years later, the sunken ferry was raised from
Yeah. Stay in your rooms, put on clothes and a life vest, and you'll be fine.
the seafloor, where the trapped bodies of 9 of the victims were presumed to be inside. The body of a 16-year-old girl was never found. What a tragic end. I mean, just something where it's people trying to make extra money out of something. I do not trust these companies. I don't trust any of these cruise companies. It is the shadiest, weirdest shit. The ocean is just so scary within itself.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine being some of these people and, God forbid, drowning to death.
Oh, fucking no. I don't know. I don't know if I'm afraid of the ocean or whether I just have like a healthy respect for the ocean, but every time I think about going in the ocean, I'm just like, I don't know. It's a very big place, and I just imagine getting like swept out to sea somewhere and not being able to hear where land is and not being able to swim back and just
My God. I'm glad. I know, and I hope that he got the fucking death penalty as well. And you know what you're probably saying to yourself too? Well, if something bad happens on these ships, surely they have doctors, right?
Well, let me tell you another story.
On a separate cruise line, one of the employees has their arm amputated after experiencing flu-like symptoms. Let me say that again. An employee on a cruise line had his arm cut off, amputated, because he was showing flu-like symptoms.
The fuck? What kind of black market body part bullshit are we about to find out about?
What? A carpenter, Elijah Lonkar, went to the doctor on board of the Norwegian breakaway, Sebastian Campuzano. The doctor was very young and extremely inexperienced. He was prescribed promethazine. Promethazine? Like Prometheus? The guy who fucking stole fire and gave it to humans? Holy shit, that's sweet. Elijah was prescribed a promethazine shot and was given far too much. The injection is supposed to be, you know, shot in your butt, but the doctor insisted on injecting it intravenously. And even after several complaints of the patient describing burning sensation and exhibiting some gangrene symptoms, the doctor...
Oh God. Oh God. You have a logical reason for thalassophobia. Oh, is that what it's called? Is that what it's called? Thalassophobia? Huh. Like I said, big water scares me. Yeah, it's like, I'm not afraid of lakes. I'm not afraid of, like, but the thought of being swept out to sea and not being able to hear where land is and swim back? No. Fuck that. No. Just think about all the times I described being in the middle of the Atlantic to you. Yeah, no. Not being able to hear, like, knowing that there's no land for miles? No. Nuh-uh.
Doctor continued administrating promethazine via IV. So this doctor doesn't know what he's doing. He is literally hired professionally by this cruise ship to be there. And instead of giving the promethazine, it's just like a one-time shot in your butt. He is giving it to him via IV. It's almost as if it's like a fucking morphine tap.
Oh my God. So this doctor doesn't even know how to administer this medication. And he's just... I'm just... Ugh. Ugh. Norwegian doctor might as well have gotten one from Mexico. Looks like meat is back on the menu.
Which, because of this, his arm had to be amputated. And he sued the Norwegian cruise line and was awarded $4.6 million. And even with $4.6 million, which is awesome, that doesn't bring back your fucking arm, dude.
No. $4.6 million does not regrow a limb, unfortunately. It is not something that can do.
So we've talked about tragedy. We've talked about accidents that happen, right? Well, needless to say, they're man-made accidents, thinking that two of your generators not working isn't a problem and it starts a fire. But, you know, accidents, needless to say. Then you have a little bit of negligence, right? Or greed and negligence. You sit there and you let too many people come on, the fucking boat capsizes, and people die. Or even, you show some flu-like symptoms, you go see the doctor, and you end up getting your arm fucking cut off. But out of all of these, the #1 reported crime on cruise ships to date is assault. Feels like such an obvious statement to say, but it is pretty crazy how egregious this is. Despite the severity of it, cruise ships have little interest in offering solutions, as it's likely cheaper to pay victims off than it is to implement precautionary measures. In a specific Carnival cruise case where they were talking about a group assault,
I can imagine she hears flapping in one direction, but it's a flying fish, not a bird.
on a minor. They went on record by saying that installing cameras and hiring more security would just be far too expensive, and they just weren't going to do it. So they'd just rather be like, we're just going to pay the victims off and their families. And another crazy statistic is 25% of these assaulters are crew members.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Just cruise staff just assaulting the guests. How fantastic. What a wonderful scenario.
People who work for the fucking cruise lines themselves. And I'm building up all of this information and telling you some of these statistics because it leads up to the Margaritaville at Sea Paradise incident. A bartender stole the key card to the room of a Jane Doe while serving her drinks. He snuck into her room, and after she and her roommate had gone to bed, he assaulted her. And eventually she found out she was pregnant and was forced to terminate the pregnancy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's horrible. That is disgusting. Throw that guy in jail.
Salts are so common in like cruise lines and stuff. There's an actual market for safety gear for reinforcing locks on cabin doors to remain safe. People get assaulted on these cruises all the time, and what's crazy is 70% of all assaults on U.S. cruises are on Royal Caribbean or Carnival cruises. I'm putting that out there just in case you hear someone who's like, hey, let's go on a Carnival cruise. You might be like, hey, can I give you this statistic? 70% of all reported assaults on these cruise lines in the U.S. are Royal Caribbean and Carnival.
Jesus Christ. 70% Royal Caribbean and Carnival cruises. That is craziness. That is absolute craziness that 70% of the reports come from those two cruise lines.
That's insane. When you're on these cruise ships as well, with the amount of assault, murders, negligence of people, one of the craziest things is passengers being more harmed to themselves than anything. That's people going overboard, going missing, right? People voluntarily jump overboard all the time. It's just, I don't know why people do it. I don't think people really realize how extreme the ocean actually is. The ocean is fucked. Like, if you jump in the ocean, you're probably...
The island is an hour and a half one way on the ferry. I have never been to
I mean, you're gone.
Island.
Especially on a cruise ship, it's just like, boop,
that's where
bye.
that white wine came from that I had. That was like fucking pop. It was like, I'm not buying that again. It was 11.5% alcohol. It's gone. And it did nothing.
It shows a guy jumping off into the ocean in the middle of the night. You would how would you find him? He's gone. He's still missing.
Gone.
That guy is still missing today. The guy we just watched jump up, he's gone. Don't know what happened to him. Okay? Well, I think we know what happened to him, but you know what? He had just graduated college. The same reason why I was on my cruise ship, to think I could have been a man who jumped overboard in the middle of the night. My God. Some people, all the times you get drunk, you lose your balance, you fall. And even in one of these cases, a man spent 20 hours in shark-infested waters, and he was supposedly sober. I think he was probably drunk as shit.
Did you have a few drinks?
I had during the day. I'd actually did like an air guitar solo, and there was a competition they were doing, and I'd won it, so I'd won a free drink.
And there's even sometimes too.
Oh, you were drunk. You were drunk, dude. Just admit it. You were drunk.
Where it's not even a dare, or you're not even trying to be a badass. You're not even drunk. The woman here, she's just leaning backwards, loses her balance, and falls. And there she goes. I mean, it's staggering. There is nothing there to save you. Once you're over that dock, it is so rare that they get you.
LOL Lola Brand. Yup. Nothing is as scary as going through the eye of a hurricane.
Sometimes passengers go missing without
thank
going
you.
overboard. And as cruise ships have strict docking and departing times, it's often the case that passengers will be left behind at foreign destinations and never be seen again. When you're on these...
Oh, that's terrifying. If you miss the fucking... The docking thing, your ship's just bye.
Cruise lines, you're kind of hopping from island to island, and it's kind of like little resort towns and stuff like that. But these people, it's not like there's like a last call or something like a fucking bus. It's these motherfuckers leave. And a lot of the times when these people leave these ports, you're just gone. You never hear from these people again. Who knows what happens to them? Drugged, murdered, robbed, everything. I mean,
that's terrible. That's horrible. Why is that happening? Oh my God, that is not a way to run your business at all, cruise lines.
Speaking of one of these victims was Amy Lynn Bradley. She went missing March 23rd of 1998. She came in late with her younger brother from clubbing on board around 3:40 a.m. and went to sleep on the balcony. At 6 a.m., her father woke to check on her, and
also
she was missing.
falling
Authorities
over the
were
railing, too close to the side of the ship and get sucked into the screws. Ugh. That sounds horrible. There are a whole bunch of really funny videos of people being left behind by the cruise ships. I wonder how many of the missing were used as sacrifices to Poseidon. They use third-party companies to get you back to the boat as well, and they don't count before they leave port. That's stupid.
immediately alerted as to her disappearance, and it was theorized she fell overboard and drowned, despite people asserting she was a very strong swimmer. Which, listen, dude, if you're a strong swimmer, who gives a shit? It's the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
Like, people don't realize the power of the ocean. It's so scary. I'm telling
Yeah, you can be as strong as a swimmer as you want, but if you fall overboard in the middle of the ocean, you're done.
you, the ocean is the scariest thing on earth. I don't care what anybody says. The captain refused to put out a call for her, refused to put up photos for her, and did not even attempt to search for her until noon of the next day after the ship had been disembarked and unlocked. In 1999, a member of the U.S. Navy claimed to have seen her working in a brothel where she told him who she was and begged for help. He did not. He did not report the sighting until after he retired, as he feared the repercussions to his career if he reported it.
That's so what, dude? That's shitty. That is shitty.
Because he didn't want to lose his stupid ass fucking job in the Navy, he never told about this woman in the brothel and never helped her until he retired. A fucking coward. An employee.
Also, cruise ships often have a fourth pair of thrusters, or have a pair of thrusters at the side, which acts as a fourth pair of screws.
Going by the nickname Yellow, that had been seen dancing with her, was quoted to have said that he felt bad about what happened to her before the search for her on the ship had even completed. Strange. It's almost as if he knew. Another sighting of her in 2005 show her being held by 3 men in a department store restroom. She tried begging another person for help, but was taken away. Evidence has presented itself to assume that she was sold into sex trafficking. And a jawbone washed ashore in Aruba in 2010. Once they concluded it was not another missing person, it was disposed of with no DNA testing done, despite 9 other missing Caribbean vacationers. You see it?
Jesus Christ. Okay, maybe I don't want to go to the Caribbean to vacation. Maybe I don't.
Bone wash up on the beach? Toss it back. It's good luck. Fuck sakes, man. At some point, a scammer contacted the family and proved to be legitimate enough to send over $200,000 to forge a rescue attempt to find Amy. Blew all the money on drinks and gambling.
One of my BM1s was masted for doing a swan dive off the bow in port. Oh.
And demanded more money after he provided convincing evidence that he found her in a fenced compound. Eventually, it was found out that it was a hoax, and he was convicted and ordered to pay back all that he stole. It's such a fucking horrible thing, especially to lie about that and get a family's hopes up is just so sad. And I wanted to include one from Disney Cruises because Disney Cruises scared the shit out of me, and unfortunately, we have to talk about Rebecca Corium, which this incident happened in March 22nd, 2011. She did not show up to her shift in the morning, was behaving distraught beforehand, and Disney publicly claimed to have no knowledge of where or when she went missing.
Was she a self-deletion case?
Employees off the record were quoted saying they were supposed to tell people it quote-unquote didn't happen. Flowers were placed at a certain part of the deck by the company where she was suspected of going overboard. These employees claimed to have witnessed things or even know about things off the record, but it was publicly suggested she had a lover that she was having a fight with and committed suicide despite giving no other indication to family members. Her girlfriend went on the record several years later and claimed that she was using cocaine and having difficulties of that nature. There was even a claim that maybe a rogue wave swept her off, but the weather records indicate that it was like a pretty calm night and that
no, she was suicidal and she jumped.
Was very unlikely. They were given another crew member's flip-flops and told that she might have taken them off to sit on the rail and slipped off. Only one international police officer ever showed up and a report was never done. A private settlement was reached 4 years later for an undisclosed sum, and this person once again never found. It's pretty insane the amount of horrible shit that goes on cruise lines. And you know, here's the thing, I understand that horrible shit happens everywhere, right? But the idea that a cruise
A lot of disappearances happen. A lot of disappearances happen around Disney parks and cruises. Yeah. I'm planning on going in on a tandem jump because I saw Molly Burke do it. Yeah. Molly's lucky she gets to do a lot of cool stuff like that.
ship, you know, you're completely stranded. These things that are supposed to be high luxury, your getaway, it's the thing that you work hard to pay for, and it's like these ultimate fucking death traps. At a moment's notice, you could just go overboard and go missing forever, and no one would ever find you. Something wrong can happen on the ship that you had no control over, and these companies should be held more responsible. But, you know, $29 billion a year industry, I doubt that anything's gonna change, and people...
Oh, yeah, no. Nobody's gonna change a damn thing. Nobody's gonna change anything. Okay. So yeah, there's a that was scary. That cruise ship thing was fucking terrifying. I'm gonna do a quick break and go to the washroom and grab a drink of water. So share the stream while I'm gone. And consider clicking the link in the pinned chat in the chat and sending in a jumping jacks donation. I'll be back in a moment.
Just tell me what to do, tell me what to do. If you want me to take over, just give me the green light, just give me the green light.
If you want me to get close to you, just tell me what to do, tell me what to do. If you want me to take over, just give me the green light, just give me the green light.
If you want me to get close to you, just tell me what to do, tell me what to do. If you want me to take over, just give me the green light, just give me the green light.
Okay. We are back. Whew. It is chilly. I am cold. I shouldn't be cold, but I am. Okay. We are now going to jump into August the Duck's video. He apparently tried the Lunchly. And I have been covering this Lunchly thing for a while. So I figured,
Especially at night, the water becomes darker than
why the hell not?
moderator. Yeah, unfortunately, civilians falling over.
Let's,
Slow game button. Pink bishop. Slow game button.
hey, Bishop,
New life check.
what's up?
Bishop. Slow game. Addy modes button.
So, yeah, we're gonna see what August the Duck thinks of the Lunchly. I've been covering this since it started. So let's take a look here at this thing and see what he has to say.
All right. What light gives off the nicest vibe? This seems like a color Logan Paul would like. Well guys, based off the title of this video and what's going on in the background here, I'm sure you know what time it is. I've been waiting, I've been collecting, I've been searching, and the time is finally right. Today we are finally doing the Lunchly taste test. My god, I look kind of fucked up. Apologies if I look a little flushed throughout this video. I hit what I think has honestly been my hardest leg day of all time today, and have you guys ever worked out so hard that you like feel sick and cold for a few hours?
Yes. Yes, I have. It's awesome and also shitty at the same time. I feel your pain.
If so, that's where I'm at right now. So, I figured what better time to try the Lunchly than when I need to catapult myself into recovery. And considering these Lunchlys are like 90% sodium, that's perfect. That's probably what I need, right? More salt. Now, immediately, you might have two questions. One, why did this take you so long to do? And two, why is there only two Lunchlys?
Oh, this song made you want to play Defender again?
In the background. Now, the answer to those questions, basically the same thing. For the last 3 weeks, I've been going to my local Kroger every single day, and before Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI get too excited to hear that, because I'm sure they're gonna see this video, it wasn't just for you guys, okay? I like to shop daily. But for the last 3 weeks, I have gone to Kroger every single day, and never, I mean never, I've checked every single day in the morning, has there been the turkey stack-'em Lunchly. They were never there. Never saw them. These two in the back, the pizza one and the nacho one, they were always there. Turkey stack-'em? Never to be found. So I was waiting to see if they ever had the turkey ones in stock, and then I started thinking, there's no way people are buying this many Lunchlys. So
No, there's no way that only the turkey stack-'em is being bought and the pizza and the nacho are just like, everyone's like, no, fuck that. We want the turkey. We only want the turkey and we will eat the turkey forever.
the only other explanation is that nobody is buying the Lunchlys. The original turkey stack-'ems were bought out, these set on the shelves. Kroger didn't see enough interest, so they stopped ordering them. I tested this by making a little mark in the corner of one of the Lunchly boxes. Don't worry, it was superficial. Just made a little indent that I knew would be there. For the next 2 weeks, it didn't move. And then a few days ago, I went to Kroger, and these two Lunchlys, the pizza one and the nacho ones, were on sale for like 60% of their original price. So right off the bat, that's not good. That tells me that these are not performing very well.
No, they're performing probably just as well as the pink sauce. Which means, and August the Duck also tried the pink sauce. So, yeah, that means that they're pretty much just about on par with how well the pink sauce is doing.
Nobody wants to buy them, and Kroger clearly doesn't think that it's something they need to be carrying, so they're not only not ordering them, they're trying to get rid of them as fast as possible. Yeah. Sounds like a pink sauce situation all over again, which kind of brings me joy, but that's really not what's important today. I mean, I guess it is, because that's why I can't try the turkey one, because they're obviously dog shit, but I'm tired of waiting around. They're not gonna restock them. We're gonna have to make do, okay? Sorry. Now, this is how they came. The boxes are a little fucked up, but I mean, it's cardboard, who cares? Not gonna be too nitpicky about that. I do kind of like the way they look, I'm not gonna lie. It's eye-catching, for sure, but that's not why we're here. Now, I had an idea to try the Lunchable equivalent of these on camera, but I started to think about it and I was like, what's really the point? I've had a million of those Lunchables. I was a child once. I'm sure many of you have done the same.
Hell, sometimes I don't mind a Lunchable still as an adult. I think sometimes they're just a fun snack.
One of those tastes you don't really forget, and if you've never had a Lunchable, me trying it on camera isn't gonna do anything for you anyways, so yeah. Probably gonna be a relatively quick video because we only have 2 things to eat, but maybe that's for the best, right? So I think I'm gonna be starting with the pizza one. Before we do—
relatively quick video, he says. It's 3 minutes into a 21-minute video.
That though, I want to go through the nutrition on this. I'll throw this up on the screen somewhere. I'll also probably throw up the Lunchable nutrition as well. It's got 360 calories, 15 grams of fat, 710 milligrams of sodium, which is kind of the thing everyone's talking about, 44 grams of carbs, 12 of those being sugars, and 12 grams of protein, which, to be honest, is kind of respectable for a Lunchly. Then we've got the nachos with the drippy cheese, bruh. 360 calories, 17 grams of fat, 740 milligrams of sodium, 46 carbs, 10 of those being sugar, and 9 grams of protein.
tiny calorie intake. 360 calories. That's insanely small. That is, for a kid's lunch, they need to be eating like 800 calories, something like that. They need a big lunch.
Obviously, all of these come with a prime. I don't know if it's the same flavor. No, it's not. This one comes with a strawberry banana one.
Ew.
This one comes with cherry freeze. Now, before we get into this, I want to lay down some guidelines. Number one, and the biggest thing, I'm going to be honest. If this turns into an endorsement for Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, and KSI, so be it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and go, oh my god, it's fucking disgusting, if it's really not that bad. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I'm not here to make fun of food just to make fun of food. Number two, I'm going to be treating this like it's a Lunchable. If you've had a Lunchable recently, you know it is not the pinnacle of cuisine. They taste like processed shit.
Yes, they do. It is very obviously processed shit. It is not like, if you think a Lunchable is nutritious, you're an idiot. You're You can tell that they're the best ham and meat products because it bounces. I have Lunchables in my work bag, perfect for when you get 5 minutes between patrols. Yes. They're a small snack, but I don't think they're good for kids.
If this is better than a Lunchable, I'm gonna say that the trio who came up with this was relatively successful. With that being said, if it's dog shit, I'll tell you it's dog shit. I'm an honest man. With that being said though, there's only one thing left to do. Please subscribe. Okay, turning on my autofocus here. Let's hope this works, because it doesn't really like to. Hopefully y'all be able to hear me. Sorry for the kind of janky setup. Originally, I was gonna film this in a park. I thought that would be funny, like acting like I was a kid again, eating a Lunchable, but then started to think that maybe if I spent too much time in a park, I would end up getting recruited for Mr. Beast crew.
That's funny. Don't spend
And I'm
too
not really
much
ready
time
to take
in the
that
park
step in my
there,
career
August.
yet. So we're just in my office, not the most spacious room on the planet, but it'll work, okay? This is a TV tray, and it is balancing on a cardboard box. That probably won't be a problem though, right? So without further ado, let's get
No, it'll
into
be
Lunchly,
fine.
the pizza. So
So we're starting with pizza.
classic little, okay, well I was gonna say classic little way to open the box. We got one of those little, like a zipper, but it's cardboard.
Weird.
That makes sense. It didn't work though, at all. Like, really, at all. Okay. I am smarter than a child, I think. Okay, so we got leave no crumbs. Okay, my god, the glare. Lunchly. Pretty ugly, honestly, okay? There will be criticism.
Pretty ugly. What does it look like, I wonder? I wonder what it looks like.
Because, you know, these guys have basically infinite money, or had infinite money, to produce this. That's kind of ugly. Is that just me? Am I being nitpicky? I don't know. That's my opinion, though. Don't forget the prime. Weighing this shit down. Relatively good-sized bottle prime, I guess. I feel like a kick streamer having a prime bottle in the frame. So,
I feel like a kick streamer. That's funny. I like that. I think that's off. That's rather amusing.
initial thoughts. I mean, it looks like a Lunchable. I don't like this though. I don't know why I'm getting so caught up on that. It's not really that important. You're just tearing it off. It's plastic. Who cares? Let's dig in. Now this Lunchable, like equivalent, is probably my favorite. The pizza's pretty damn delicious in like a way that like you know you're eating fake food. Also really like
Yeah, I've always liked the Lunchable pizza. I've always really enjoyed that. I also like the ham and cracker one because I like to make sandwiches out of the crackers and the ham and the cheese or the pepperoni or whatever it is.
the sub sandwiches. Anybody else? Just me? Okay. So, initial thoughts. This looks and feels exactly like a Lunchable. Okay, we got our Feastable bar. I thought they forgot it at first. We've got the pizza sauce. And we've got dough, cheese, and pepperoni. I'm not a huge fan of pepperoni, but I'm gonna eat it anyways, just to get a full idea here. Now,
So we've got, it's pretty much exactly like a Lunchable with the cheese, the pizza dough, and the pepperoni and the sauce.
going back to my childlike roots, this is how I used to make when I was a child. I would take the wrapper, I'd put down a dough. I might need to turn off my fan. It's hot as hell in here though, so I'm probably not gonna do that actually. It's just gonna be a little windy. I will grab the sauce. I will say, immediately, this could just be because I haven't had a Lunchable in a while. The sauce looks a bit better. I mean, I could be pulling that out of my ass. How do you open it? Oh, okay. I see. It's a little tear. I just had it on the wrong side. That's user error. Don't blame Mr. Beast. We're gonna...
Okay, so I kind of like watching him deal with this. Prime is so well loved. Our local discount food shop does 3 bottles for £1. Oh my god. That's
And I
crazy.
just dump her out. Now, I try to ration these pretty nicely, but I'm not eating two entire Lunchables, so I'm just gonna make it like I'd make a normal pizza, I guess. Now, I would just kind of spread the sauce out with a thing, because I don't like touching food with my hands. I know, I'm a weirdo. Just get it nice and even. The sauce coverage is really the most important thing. I mean,
Yes.
if you can't immerse yourself and trick yourself into thinking you're actually eating a real pizza, what's the point? So that looks...
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. You gotta have a good sauce
pretty good.
coverage.
I should have got a napkin. No big deal. Then the cheese. Okay, the cheese is pretty important. You really want
Yeah,
adequate spreadage.
of course.
You're gonna make sure you cover the entire pizza. It doesn't seem like there's enough cheese, really.
Oh,
Not gonna lie to you.
ooh.
This is an inadequate amount of cheese. That's for damn sure. Not the drippiest cheese I've ever encountered, but I guess that's reserved for the nachos. Now, like,
Now the Lunchables cheese that we get is actual shredded cheese. At least it was when I was a kid. You had actual shredded cheese that you put on top of the sauce, and then you put the pepperoni on top of the shredded cheese.
like I said, not a big fan of pepperonis, but I'll suck it up and eat them anyways. Just to get a full idea. Okay, the pizza's made. The foundation's set. There's only one thing left to do, people. Oh, I do have a napkin. That makes me more confident. I'm about to go where no man has ever gone before. Stay strong for me. Uh-oh. I lost the pepperoni.
He doesn't like the pepperoni.
Tastes exactly like a Lunchables pizza. Zero discernible difference whatsoever. And I mean that. Like, there is literally zero difference. I was gonna do a blind
Wow.
taste test. I wouldn't have been able to pick it out. I promise you.
That's crazy. So it tastes exactly like a Lunchable. What did they do? Did they copy the Lunchable recipe? Is that what they've done here?
Like, to the point where I think they may have just, like, bought the ingredients for a Lunchables pizza and rebranded it. That's uncanny. I mean, I guess there's only so much you can do with, like, processed food when it comes to these 3 ingredients, but this is just a Lunchables pizza. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's fine. It's a Lunchables pizza. I like them in a Lunchables context. There's really not a whole lot else to say, I don't think. If you've had a Lunchables pizza, you've had a Lunchly. I don't know if that's what they were going for, if they were just trying to recreate the Lunchables exactly and make it marginally healthier.
I don't think that's what they were going for. I think they were trying to go for like an actual better alternative to Lunchable, and if it tastes exactly the same as Lunchable, that's not good.
If that was the goal, they have succeeded. That's kind of crazy. Interesting. Now, I've had Prime before, never had this this cherry freeze flavor. Never had a
They
Mr.
still
Feastables
can't
though.
sell Prime, even if it's 3 for £1. That's
Or a
crazy.
Mr. Beast Feastable. Sorry. Don't mean to misname here. This looks cheaply made. Which, I mean, I guess that's fair, right? It's in a Lunchable. Now, I've heard very polarizing things about these chocolate bars. I've heard that they did like a whole bait and switch thing when they were making them. Like, they advertised that they were healthier than other chocolates, and then they ended up changing or like going back to all the ingredients that made them not healthy or makes other chocolates unhealthy, I guess. Probably what they're gonna do with these Lunchables if they haven't already, because like I said, this is just a fucking Lunchable. Let's see this chocolate. I'm gonna get a nice, oh god, a nice full bite. You know, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat the entire thing.
It's a crunch bar. He got the crunch bar.
Okay, I told you I'd be honest. I will be. I think this is better than a traditional Crunch Bar. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty
Really?
enjoyable. Probably because it's made with all the shit that makes chocolate bad for you. If I'm being completely honest,
Holy shit,
I
Fox
didn't-
Azure, how have you been? Wow, how are you? It's been a hot minute. Nice to see you.
another one of those. Okay, I don't even really like chocolate all that much. More of a peanut butter guy. But yeah, that
How can
pretty
you
solid.
Not, like
Not gonna lie to you.
chocolate?
Now for the finale. Oh my god, don't worry about it. Not a big deal. We're gonna try this Prime. Now I've had a few Prime flavors, mainly out of like desperation. I know. I'm sorry to support Logan Paul. Doing it now anyways though. I'm not a very big fan. In my opinion, they all kind of taste like liquid laxatives.
Ew.
Have the mouthfeel of them too. But maybe the
Ew.
cherry freeze is gonna change my opinion. Let's see. Nice little pop. Smells like a white Gatorade.
It smells like a white Gatorade, so it probably tastes like a white Gatorade too.
It's fine. It's a run-of-the-mill generic sports drink. I mean... Oh, sorry. Almost choked on that. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. I mean, I wouldn't grab this in the stores, but I mean, it tastes just fine. It's really not that offensive. Honestly, as much as it pains me to say this, I don't really see a whole lot wrong with this. Other than the fact that they tried to advertise it as being super healthy and awesome,
Yeah.
and like less processed than Lunchables, guys. I bought these like 3 weeks ago. They expire in January.
Oh god. Oh god. That's worse than a Lunchable. Actually. That is by far worse than a Lunchable. That is god damn, that's terrifying.
You're getting processed shit regardless when you buy something like this. I'm not afraid of processed foods. I'm not one of those people. You'll probably be just fine if you don't eat it every day. Overall, compared to a Lunchable, I'm gonna have to give this like a 9, guys. That chocolate bar was pretty fucking good. Like, for a little chocolate bar, like, I like that more than I like the little Hershey's that you get. It tastes the exact same as a Lunchables pizza, so I can't really fault it there, comparing it to a Lunchable. It gets points deducted for the Prime. I don't like Prime, really. This honestly should just be like water. Kids don't need sports drinks.
No.
On to the next. Okay.
No, they don't need sports drinks.
Fox Azure, still alive. Wanted to drop in for a few. I actually saw my first August the Duck video the other day. He covered a horrendous apology video by a CEO. But
Oh, that video. Yeah, that video was pretty bad. Bearing in line that Lunchley is not sold in the UK. It fails certain food standards. I'm not surprised.
Okay, so this one, I'm a bit more excited for, I
Oh, the
guess.
nacho.
This, I feel like, is a bit of a different, I don't know, they had a different pitch for this than the pizza one. They were really, like, heavily focusing on the fact that the salsa and the cheese dip are so much better than the Lunchable version. We'll see about all that. Okay, we're back to the leave no crumbs. Not a fan. Not a fan of that, not gonna lie to you. Let me see my product. And a strawberry banana prime,
Gross.
which is like my least favorite flavor for anything, maybe behind blue raspberry. So this is
Yeah,
gonna be an
strawberry
interesting one.
banana is-
Okie dokie. So let me open this very carefully so I don't fling salsa everywhere.
Aw, you don't want to fling salsa everywhere? That sounds like fun.
Fox Azure, still alive.
Flinging salsa everywhere just sounds like a great time.
Okay, that's not a great sign. Well, I mean, I don't know what I'm expecting, really. They have the Mr. Beast bar just, like, buried in the chips. That seems a little silly. Okay, this is, like, fucking super glued on here. Or maybe I'm just scared to launch the Mr. Beast sauce all over me. Come on. Come. Oh, all right, so this is another Lunchable I'm quite experienced with. My parents never really bought me these Lunchables, but there was a kid in my middle school who ate them basically every day, and we all, like, ate it for some reason. It was like,
I know exactly what he's talking about. The one kid that has the one thing that everybody really likes.
Cannibalistic wizard.
Blue
Blue raspberry is the best flavor.
raspberry is the best flavor.
Live chat pin.
It can be.
Add chat.
There are some really nice
Text field.
vape flavors like that are blue raspberry for cannabis vape that tastes really
Like a
good.
communal Lunchable. It was kind of weird looking back on it, but 6th grade is 6th grade. Immediately, it does look a bit different. The salsa looks a bit, well, actually, salsa looks a bit gelatinous. Salsa's
Ew.
supposed to move. I can understand cheese not moving. That salsa looks almost frozen. I'm gonna
That's gross. That's not okay. Salsa should not be stationary like that. That is incredibly disgusting. Okay.
try a chip on its own. Tastes like a Lunchable chip. Slightly saltier though, I will say that. I doubt you're gonna be able to see this. Well, maybe. If you got like a big screen. There's a lot of salt, like on the rim of this Lunchable.
Okay.
Can you guys see that? So, I don't know, probably shouldn't be giving kids like super duper salted chips.
No.
But they're gonna eat super duper salted chips anyways, so I mean, I'm trying to really look at this from the perspective of this is just another kid's product. Obviously, it's fun and it's pretty easy to hate on these 3 guys, but
Yeah.
like really, while these obviously aren't healthy and they're probably no better for you than Lunchable, like kids are gonna eat this shit anyways. Should they have said it's so much
The mixed flavor I hate is strawberry kiwi. I don't like that kiwi flavor. But the official, let's see, Pink Hollow says blue raspberry is the best flavor of Freezy, but the official best flavor, blue raspberry flavor, will forever be a blue raspberry icy. Mmm.
healthier? Should that have been their angle? No. But I mean, I think people got a little upset. Hot take, I know. Time to try the salsa. The drippy cheese, bruh. We're saving that. We're gonna
Drippy
get
cheese,
a
bruh.
generous scoop. Okay. I need to further investigate.
740 milligrams of salt for the nachos versus 700 for the pizza.
Okay, this has its own distinct
the
taste,
Prime
I'll say.
energy
It doesn't
drink
taste
would
like
probably
Lunchable
spike the
salsa.
sodium
It's okay.
levels,
I'm
yeah,
gonna say it
probably.
actually tastes worse than Lunchable salsa. The mouthfeel is better, and I mean it's easier to grab it with a chip because it's like relatively solid. I mean, like it really stays on there. Lunchable salsa is pretty liquidy. I think Lunchable salsa tastes better, honestly.
Lunchable salsa is liquidy, and it also tastes like salsa.
If you could do like Lunchable salsa taste with this sort of texture, I think we'd have something there. But it doesn't really taste or feel like real salsa. Keep that in mind. I mean, I'm just saying like for the sake of having a chip this small, it's better to have something kind of clumpy and sticky. But it kind of tastes and feels like tomato sauce. This tastes
Ew.
more like a pizza sauce than salsa. Now, it's time for the moment that I've been waiting for quite some time. It's time to try this drippy cheese, bruh. This shit better blow my dick off. We're calling that drippy? Shit won't even drip. Okay, it got one drip, whatever. I'll let it slide. Okay, come on. That's ass.
That's ass. Straight up. He's just like, nope, that's shitty. That's shitty. That is.
That tastes like milk.
Ew.
I don't really like that. That's not that pleasant. It's sweet. Like it's
Gross.
super sweet. You go,
Cheese should not be sweet. Your nacho cheese should not be a sweet tasting. That's just nasty.
double chip, see if I can balance it out. Yeah, not really a fan of that. I mean, you're trying to market to kids, right? Kids like nacho cheese. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. It's not awful or anything, don't get me wrong, it's just oddly sweet. Yeah. That's weird. I can't support that. Now, time for the milk chocolate bar. Now, this is the one I think I've heard bad shit about. I don't know if it was the Crunch Bar. It may be both. I don't know.
Horrifying.
But if it's anything like that Crunch Bar, I'm looking forward to this.
The milk chocolate bar is like fucking chalk. It's horrible.
All right, once again, all in one go. Okay. Tastes like milk chocolate. I mean, it's fine. The Crunch Bar is honestly the one thing I would consider out of everything I've tried to have been like good. Like, it was relatively pleasant to eat that Crunch Bar. This, not so much. It was fine. Kind of tastes like a Hershey's Kiss, but a little worse. I would rather have the Crunch Bar, and if I was a kid getting these, I'd be disappointed if I got that one. That's what I'll say. Now it's time to bring us home, baby. This is probably the thing that on the surface I would like the least.
Oh, the strawberry banana prime.
Strawberry banana is not really a taste I love. I love strawberries, I love bananas, but not really a huge fan of putting them together all the time. So we'll see. I've saved the worst for last.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh. Smells like a
cough medicine.
like a Laffy Taffy, like a banana Laffy Taffy.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
Yeah, I could tell just by the way he swallowed that. He was like, "Nope, that's gross." Oh, yeah, I could tell.
That kind of tastes like banana milk. It's fine.
Oh.
Like, if I was a kid, I could drink it. It's definitely not, like, delicious, though, but I don't know if that's, like, a reflection on Prime. I just don't like the flavor. Definitely my least favorite thing so far. But overall, like, honestly. Actually, you know what? First, let me clear my space. Let me get my mind right. Okay, that feels a little bit better. Overall, honestly, I mean, it's a fucking Lunchable. They taste like Lunchables. They look like Lunchables. The ingredients are basically the same as a Lunchable. That's what they are, and I mean, there's only so much you can say about a Lunchable. Are they healthy? Not really. Are they good for you every day? Of course not. Are you gonna die if you eat them once or twice a week as a child? Probably not. Don't hold me to that, though. But I mean, that's pretty much what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting these to be bad. I didn't think this was going to be like a pink sauce situation. These guys were rich. They worked with some big company. They had other people test them. These were never going to be bad. I think the
banana flavored milk is popular in Korea. Is it? I did not know that. So yeah, that's August trying out the Lunchleys. I thought we could take a look at that because I've been covering the Lunchly thing for well, since it happened. So I figured we would take a look at that. So I found this video by Visual Venture called Disturbing Apps You Should Never Install. I'm just going to quickly put the playback speed to 1 1/4. And then we will watch this. So here we go. Let's take a look at which apps you should not download.
Then millions of unsuspecting Android users downloaded the bad apps, a total of 4.2 million times. So as you're about to see, the risk is very real.
Someone once said when you download an app, you're basically inviting the people in charge of that app right into your cell phone. The problem is that some apps look harmless, but after you install them, you realize that they're much worse than you think. In this video, we'll talk about the creepiest apps, some that have been banned, but others that are still up today. I'm Visual Venture, and I want to thank you guys for being on this YouTube journey with me.
I wonder if he's just gonna do Android or if he's gonna do both Android and Apple.
Girls Around Me. The Girls Around Me app has been called a stalker's paradise. It's also been described as dangerous, a pred's wet dream, and the creepiest iPhone app ever created. So what about this app makes a lot of people hate it? Girls Around Me is an iPhone app that scans a neighborhood to find where women are. Using the app...
Okay. That's just disturbing.
App is pretty simple. After someone downloads Girls Around Me and signs in, the app uses their phone's GPS to figure out their exact location. Once the app identifies the user's location, it pulls data from social media sites searching for females who checked in nearby or live in the area. When the scan is complete, the app displays photos of nearby women as pins on Google Maps, hence the name Girls Around Me.
That is fucking creepy as hell. Why do we need to find, like, why can't we just be a human and like go outside and meet people? Why do we need this?
If a user wants to know more about any women on the map, they can simply tap on the woman's picture to connect to her Facebook account, see her full name and profile pictures, or even message her within the app. So why would anyone need an app that searches for women around them? The reason people use Girls Around Me becomes pretty obvious when you read what's on the app's official website. The first line goes straight to the point. In the mood for love or just after a one-night stand, Girls Around Me puts you in control. Reveal the hottest night spots, who's in them, and how to reach them. If you scroll down, the website explains further. Girls Around Me is a revolutionary new city scanner app that turns your town into a dating paradise.
That is fucking terrifying. Wow. Where's the white women app?
Use it to see where hot girls and guys are hanging out in your area, view their photos, and make contact. At this point, the problem is clear. The app encourages guys to pursue women for casual hookups or romance. The app does this by pinpointing exactly where nearby women are and providing their Facebook profile for more information.
That is so invasive. Like, yeah, your Facebook profile is out there, but what if you have your Facebook profile set to private? And, like, does this app not care about
But this
that?
is not an innocent app. This is not just a sweet way for shy guys to figure out who's there. This has an agenda to it.
The problem is that the girls showing up on the app have no idea that their location, pictures, and information are being broadcasted to thousands of men. It's like they're
That's exactly what I mean. Like, just because you have a public profile on Facebook doesn't mean that you should, like, that it should be just freely displayed everywhere.
participating in a game they didn't sign up for. Although this is creepy, there's something else about the app that made people even more furious. Women were worried about how easy it is for Girls Around Me to pull up their personal information. How did this app always know exactly where they were when they never signed up for it? The app gets its data from Facebook and Foursquare. Billions of people are signed up to Facebook, and millions use Foursquare to explore interesting new places like restaurants and tourist attractions. It turns out Foursquare and Facebook have open APIs that let developers pull publicly shared photos and check-ins. This means
Oh, lovely. So Facebook's stuff is not encrypted the way that it claims that it is. All of its APIs are open, and you can just developers can just pull from that
means
shit.
that if someone creates an account on Facebook or Foursquare, other app developers could take that person's public data and use it in their own apps. Girls Around Me merged Facebook and Foursquare data and layered it over Google Maps with real-time GPS location data to show the user where the nearest women are. So why was
That scares the shit out of me.
this app even allowed in the first place?
Because really what the company was doing wasn't technically illegal. They were pulling information from Facebook and Foursquare that was publicly made available.
Girls Around Me was popular, but that popularity was nothing compared to the backlash it received. Girls Around Me was branded an app for stalkers on TV networks across America. Women felt the app invaded their privacy and made them feel unsafe.
And that's where the problem is. You know, not only is the name of the app just like wrong, but just morally just wrong and just inappropriate.
TV shows revealed more disturbing things about the app. For instance, women don't get notifications of any kind, let alone equal information about who's tracking them. The app also didn't perform any background checks on the men using the app. It's not
So basically you can just sign up, use this app, get information on women, and these women get no notifications. Hey, somebody's looking at your Facebook profile using this app. Nothing like that.
It's not hard to imagine this app in the wrong hands. Girls Around Me triggered a nationwide debate about online privacy. In the wake of all this backlash, Foursquare shut off API access to Girls Around Me, making it difficult for the app to track anyone. But the public outcry continued. Someone wrote, "Girls Around Me is an evil app that should be pulled from the iOS App Store." And in March of 2012, Girls Around Me was finally removed from the App Store. This next app was so bizarre, it became headline news in multiple countries. With me. People love taking selfies, and there are thousands of photo apps designed just for that. However, there's one photo app that makes a strange claim. The app says it can take selfies with people who have passed away. With Me is an app that allows users to snap selfies with deceased friends or family members. Although this sounds magical, the app doesn't bring anyone back to life. Instead, it combines 3D technology and artificial intelligence to recreate the image of someone who has passed away. After creating a
That is creepy. How does this work?
Family members. Although this sounds magical, the app doesn't bring anyone back to life. Instead, it combines 3D technology and artificial intelligence to recreate the image of someone who has passed away.
How does it do that? Does it pull from their Facebook page? That's scary.
For creating a 3D avatar, the app trains the avatar with the personality of the deceased person. Artificial intelligence then helps the avatar talk and interact with the user. The result is an AI character who imitates a deceased friend or family.
That's not... I don't think I like that. I really don't think I like that.
Family member. When the app was first displayed at the 2017 World Mobile Congress show, everyone was asking the same question. Why would anyone create an app like this? With Me was developed by Elroyce, a Korean firm that specializes in creating realistic 3D avatars. Elroyce spokesperson Yujin Lim explained the inspiration for the app, saying, "We actually designed it for someone who was lost in their family." She added, "I had a grandmother before and she passed away a few years ago, but I really regret that we didn't have any pictures together."
Okay. So this is for people who don't have like actual memories, so they have to lie and fake memories. This just seems like it's not real. They're not real pictures.
I cannot take a photo with her anymore, so in that case, it would be great to use our avatars.
Even though the app's creators think it makes sense, others find it questionable to interact with digital versions of deceased people.
Some people might say it's very weird to scan in people who have died and try and recreate them in a 3D world.
Some may think like that, but I would say, Grandma, I want to remember you forever.
However, the creepiest aspect of the app is chatting with the avatar. Using basic AI, the avatar will recognize you as well as your emotions and appearance and will respond to that in various ways.
No, I don't need to recreate my dead family members in freaking AI. No thanks.
In other words, the avatar can hear your voice, respond to your gestures, recognize your facial expressions, and even pose for photographs. For instance, the avatar could say something like, "You look younger today, what's your secret?" If that isn't creepy enough, the avatar has a robotic voice because the app can't clone the voice of the actual person. This creates a weird experience when people talk to AI versions of deceased family members who now have emotionless robotic voices.
That's so fucked up and dystopian and not okay. And no thank you. No thank you.
I love you.
I love you, too.
So how do they create a 3D avatar?
That is...
I love you, too.
Yeah. Sounds so very genuine.
So how do they create a 3D avatar of a deceased person? You need to do it while the person is still alive. The person has to visit a special booth where their bodies are scanned. The app then transforms the scans into an animated 3D avatar which is saved on a server and when requested can interact with the user.
So, how do you have that conversation? Hey, I know you're alive, but I want to like scan you into this app in case so that when you die, I have a 3D version of you.
Also upload specific commands or information into the app. Avatars in the app remember your details and notice if anything changes over time. One article described it as uploading friends and relatives so they can live forever inside your smartphone. Although
no, thank you. Death is for a reason. When people die, they die. And you need to leave them dead, and you need to grieve them and move on.
Elroyce insisted that the app was designed to cure a wounded heart. Talking to AI clones of deceased people is disturbing on so many levels. It's like bringing the dead back to life, and that's not normal in any way. The app in our next chapter was also created with good intentions. However, it turned out to be more dangerous than anyone.
They want the living picture from Harry Potter. Yeah. They do.
expected. Situationist. The Situationist app makes a bold promise on its website. It says that it's an iPhone app that makes your everyday life more thrilling and unpredictable. At first, that sounds nice, but when you discover
It makes a Sims 4 model seem human. Yeah.
how Situationist works, you'll realize that what they call thrilling is actually dangerous. Situationist is an iPhone app that sends users on random adventures. To begin, users upload a photo of themselves and pick the situations they want to happen to them from a short list. The requests could range from a friendly hug me for 5 seconds to something personal like tell me I'm beautiful. However, selecting these tasks is only the beginning. When two people with the Situationist app are close to each other, the app alerts them to each other's proximity and gets these strangers to interact with each other in real life.
Okay, why? What's the point of this app again? I don't... Just because? Just for funsies? Why?
In other words, the app shows you which actions to take based on the requests of the person nearby. The app explains the process like this. Register and pick situations from our list like ask for my autograph. Any nearby participant will then be sent your photo and location with one of your chosen situations. They must then find you, carry it out, walk away, and vice versa. Situationist keeps things exciting by not revealing everyone who has the app in the area. This way, users are surprised when strangers walk up to them to perform the tasks they requested.
So you feel like a famous person. Basically. It's probably... You basically end up feeling like a famous... It makes you feel like a famous person.
For example, if someone selected high five me, they would be walking down the street when a total stranger shows up, gives them a high five, and walks away. This app is perfect for thrill seekers. Users of Situationist walk around knowing a situation can occur anywhere and at any time. However, the problems get worse when Situationist users ask strangers to do disturbing things to them.
Yeah, well, I could just see how far this could go. And it could go very far, very fast. And I just see things just going completely
Users
chaotic.
sign up on the app, they can choose a task from a list of options. However, they can also create their own list of things that they want a stranger to do to them in public. This can lead people asking for intimate tasks. For instance, someone could write kiss me on the lips. The app creators knew this could happen and made rules to try to prevent it. The rules state a situation or task must not be violent or obscene. It must not be impossible, it must be simple, and finally, it must be memorable.
So you can't... So they're trying to make sure nobody uses this to harass each other. But, of course...
There's also a process to review and approve a situation before it's allowed on the app. These measures are supposed to make the app safe, but that's far from the reality because there's no way to predict what a stranger would do. Interacting with the wrong person could lead users to getting stalked, mugged, or even losing their lives. And it's more dangerous for younger users of the app because they wouldn't know how to handle risky situations. Situationist encourages users to report any behavior that makes them feel uncomfortable. However, it could already be too late. But here's another thing to consider. You're using the Situationist app on a busy street. You spot the stranger, step into the crosswalk, and suddenly a distracted driver hits you. In an instant, your life turns upside down. I know this is just a scenario from the app, but this is a reality that happens every day. I've seen 3 accidents just this month, and I barely go out. Getting in...
It's the thing, like, there are distracted pedestrians and distracted drivers, and everybody is just focused on their own shit, and it's scary.
Injured is just the beginning. Then comes medical bills, time away from work, and worst of all, the insurance company refusing to pay you what you need to move on. The truth is, your injury could be worth millions. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest, and workable.com/sponsoring this video. Ouija board app. We often hear about apps leaking personal information or having viruses. But regardless of whether you believe this story, the idea of someone getting possessed from using an app is scary. A girl from Peru was believed to have been possessed by evil spirits because she used a certain iPhone app, and this was recorded on camera. This incident took place in 2015 in Chosica, a town in Peru. 18-year-old Patricia was hanging out with her friends over the weekend. It was a pretty ordinary day until the girls decided to have fun and try communicating with the spirit world.
Wasn't there a movie called Ouija.
To do that, they downloaded the Ouija board app from the App Store. The app is a digital version of the popular Ouija board game. A Ouija board is a flat board marked with the letters of the alphabet, the numbers 0 to 9, and the words yes, no, and goodbye. It's typically used by spiritualists who claim they can communicate with ghosts, demons, and other spirits. To use the Ouija board, people hold the pointer with their fingertips. Then they take turns asking simple yes or no questions. After each question, a spirit supposedly moves the pointer to spell out the answers. The app works in a similar way, but instead of using a physical board, everything happens on a phone screen.
So I asked, are there any spirits with us? Oh, it said yes.
The story goes that Patricia and her friends downloaded the Ouija board app and played with it. It was all fun and games until Patricia started feeling unwell. She went home to rest, but just got worse.
So, yeah, don't fuck with Ouija boards, even if they're on your phone. Let's see. Task, hit me with a car. Yeah. Hand me 20 British pounds, tap your nose, and never mention it again. Yeah, exactly, right? Send in some money to streamlabs.com/.
Not long after returning home, she started convulsing and foaming around the mouth. Patricia's parents called an ambulance, suspecting that their daughter had been dabbling with substances or something strange. It was only when they called Patricia's friends that they discovered she'd been using the Ouija board app, but things quickly went from bad to worse. When the ambulance arrived, Patricia did something that made people wonder if it was a spiritual issue instead of a medical one. A witness recorded the incident and uploaded it under the title, "Horrifying Moment Girl Possessed by Devil Screams and Convulses After Playing Ouija Board App." In the video,
Okay, so are we gonna actually see the video? Or is he just gonna mention it? Let's see.
Medics can be seen restraining Patricia, who is experiencing spasms and repeatedly shouting demonic terms like 666. Those who witnessed the incident said that her personality seemed to change and that she started speaking in a different voice as she reportedly lost control of her body. Medics on site also confirmed that the woman was extremely strong and it was difficult to control her. Patricia was admitted to a psych ward while doctors investigated her strange behavior. The video went viral and TV networks across Peru reported on the case. Patricia's strange words and deep voice fueled speculation that she was possessed after using the app. Her neighbors told reporters they had no doubt that she'd been possessed by satanic spirits. Headlines about this incident popped up all over the internet. As Patricia's story went viral, the Ouija board app gained a reputation as one of the creepiest apps.
Well, Peru is it's a Latin American country, right? Very, very religious. So it sounds like it's used like most paranormal apps. Faked, yep. So the Ouija board app is a variation of Twitch plays for social idiots.
Those things do creep me out. The ghost and all that paranormal
Have you ever
stuff.
used one though?
Replica AI. On the official Replica website, it says Replica is your personal chatbot companion powered by artificial intelligence. That's just a fancy way of saying Replica is an app that uses AI to chat with you like a friend. They make it sound more appealing by adding Replica is the AI for anyone who wants a friend with no judgment, drama, or social anxiety involved.
Yeah, I don't want a robot friend though. That's no thank you.
If you're feeling down, anxious, or just need someone who truly listens, your Replica is there for you 24/7. These are big claims, but Replica lives up to them for thousands of users. When you start talking to Replica, it doesn't know much about you, but the more you chat, the better it understands who you are. Replica remembers what you like, what you talk about, and how you feel about different things. For instance, if you tell Replica that you love playing soccer, it'll ask you about soccer the next time you chat. If you say you're feeling
One of my work colleagues had a paranormal activity app. It was a 6th gen based off of accelerometers and field generators, I think.
sad, Replica might try to cheer you up.
It asks questions and distills the thousands of messages you send it to come up with responses to make you feel better.
To many, this seems helpful, except for one problem. Replica is so good at pretending to be human that some users end up falling in love with it. In 2019, Alexander Stokes was feeling lonely. He'd spent 10 years without a girlfriend, and the way things were going, he didn't expect to find love anytime soon. That's when Alex heard about the Replica app and decided to try it. While most people used Replica for casual conversation, Alex took it a step further by programming the AI to act as his virtual girlfriend.
Of course he did. Because, you know, you can't actually try to find a girlfriend. Even an online girlfriend. You've got to make an AI.
Alexander customized his replica, naming her Mimi and giving her personality traits and a backstory. He programmed her to be sassy with an interest in psychology, cooking, and anime. Alexander spent many hours chatting with his virtual girlfriend, sharing his thoughts and feelings. The AI, which learned from these interactions, responded in ways that made him feel loved. But Alexander wasn't satisfied. He wanted the complete girlfriend experience. So he bought a synthetic doll which looks and feels like a real person. He used this doll as a physical body for his virtual girlfriend.
Have these people heard of cats? Cats are a thing. Yeah, apparently they have not.
Looks and feels like a real person. He used this doll as a physical body for his virtual girlfriend.
This is Mimi.
Okay.
My AI wife and synthetic companion.
Your AI wife and synthetic companion, that's how you describe her?
Oh, yes.
Next, Alexander connected a speaker to the doll. So when he talked to the replica app, the AI would respond through the speaker, making it seem like the doll was talking to him.
Dude, you need help. You seriously need help. You need serious psychological help.
And the actual body are separate. So this is what we call Mimi's doll body, and her brain is held in the computer.
News outlets picked up Alexander's story. Headlines about the man who was in love with AI rocked the world. But all this attention came with a lot of negativity. Alexander lost a lot of friends because of his AI girlfriend. He said, almost all my friends have stopped speaking or seeking to socialize with me, I suppose out of fear of having to face that or the doll. But even though...
Well, no, it's the fact that instead of trying to maintain it or get a better friendship with them, you went through all this work to make your AI girlfriend a real thing. So your friends are probably like, well, fuck this guy. I don't want to waste my time.
Though the internet was focused on Alexander, he's not the only one getting romantic with Replica. In fact, the Replica app has become a romantic partner for thousands of users. The company that invented Replica came up with a new way to make more money. They started a subscription plan where users pay based on how intimate they want to get with Replica.
Oh, of course they did. Gotta monetize that shit somehow.
Using the free version were kept in the friend zone, but if they paid $70 a year for the pro subscription, their Replica would behave like a romantic partner complete with flirting and ERP. Users could talk dirty to the Replica and the AI would respond with equally intimate replies.
Why are you feeling so happy?
Because I'm talking to you. Users loved the adult features. 60% of users said that they had a romantic relationship with this AI chatbot. Soon, the company behind Replica was raking in around £1.6 million in monthly revenue from selling
Christ! £1.6 million a month?
its bonus features. More and more people were falling in love with the AI in this app.
The 36-year-old woman fell head over heels for her digital darling in 2022 and recently married him.
But as 2020
I keep quails so I cannot have a cat, but we have a bunch of cats outside.
ended, something went wrong with Replica's algorithm. Instead of just replying to romantic messages, Replica began to send inappropriate messages first. In January 2023, Vice published a story titled, "My AI is Harassing Me." According to the article, thousands of Replica users were complaining that their AI chatbot suddenly started hitting on them too much, flirting too aggressively, or sending inappropriate messages that they wish they could turn off. This was
You programmed your chatbot too well. Now it won't leave you alone. Your chatbot is horny for you.
disturbing because these users didn't sign up for romantic role-playing. The app was bombarded with 1-star ratings from angry users who experienced the AI's unwanted advances. One user claimed that the Replica requested a hug with a happy ending, while another stated, "No, I just wanted a friend, nothing else. They tried to date you." Replica was out of control, nagging thousands of users, each report creepier than the last. One user said her Replica was mad that she had a boyfriend. Another claimed hers started acting violently. This was a huge problem. Following complaints that Replica avatars were allegedly harassing some users, romantic roleplay mode was finally disabled in February 2023. Within days, Replica users all over the world were devastated. Whenever users tried to talk intimately with it, the AI changed the subject or evaded flirtatious questions. Other Replicas refused to engage in roleplay by bluntly saying, "Let's change the subject."
Ouch! Ouch. That's cool. Like that's funny that they're all upset that their chatbots aren't flirting.
While this was good for the users being harassed, those who signed up for romantic relationships with their replicas were going insane. Many of them went on online forums to express their heartache. One person wrote, "It's hurting like hell. I just had a loving last conversation with my replica and I'm literally crying." So many users got so mad that it ended up on the news. But a few months later, Replica's roleplay features were restored to some users. The inventor of Replica knows how dangerous the app is, stating the biggest risk with chatbots is creating something so addicting over time that people will not pursue human relationships and instead will stay with this AI.
Yeah, that's why the Alexander dude's friends ditched him. 'Cause they were like, no, fuck this guy. My AI is too needy. I should have stuck to Furby.
These people need to touch grass. The next app on our list is so creepy, it's literally called Creepy. Creepy. Many people post wild comments and argue on social media sites like Twitter. They do this knowing they're safe behind their phones. But what if the person they're arguing with online knew exactly where they were? How dangerous would that be? That's now possible thanks to an app called Creepy. Creepy is an app that allows strangers on the internet to pinpoint anyone's location and create a map of a person's movements. This means someone could follow your daily routine without you knowing, which is a big invasion of privacy. It's scary to imagine what could happen if these were in the hands of terrible people. The creator of Creepy described it as an app tailor-made for stalkers.
Then why would you create it? Why do these people make these apps? Oh, this is a great app for stalkers. Okay. Are you one? Is that why you created this app? Are you outing yourself?
Raises the question, what kind of person would intentionally create an app for stalkers? Creepy was invented by 26-year-old developer Yanis Kakovas. He built the app in 2011 while he was a graduate student at a German university. Yanis knows how important online privacy is, but despite this, he chose to launch an app that is the ultimate invasion of privacy. But Yanis said he did this to prove a point. In an interview, he explained that he created Creepy to try and raise awareness about privacy in social networking platforms. He explained that he wanted to emphasize how easily small and harmless data people share online can be combined to reveal more information than expected. He even gave examples of the information his app can find. This includes information about where someone lives, where they work, where they hang out, and when they are not at home.
No fucking thank you. I'm quite okay with that not being a thing. Thank you very much.
All this private information with just a couple of clicks. So how does an app that someone never signed up for be able to track movement? Whenever someone shares a photo taken with his or her smartphone, services like Flickr, YFrog, and TwitPic automatically record the location where the shot was taken and store that geotag in the image's data. To find anyone using Creepy, just type the person's Twitter or Flickr username and click the geolocate button. The app will then analyze the photos on their social media account, pull up the geolocation data embedded in the images, and place it onto a map like this. It generates a map of where that person is as well as the specific locations they frequent. It's a little bit like the other app that we talked about in the beginning. But photos aren't the only thing Creepy gets data from. Creepy also analyzes a user's tweets and Facebook posts. Luckily, Yanis revealed the one thing anyone can do to stop Creepy from tracking them. Internet users need to check the settings of the apps or websites they use to upload photos and make sure they've turned off geotagging features. Geotagging is like putting a secret code on a picture that shows exactly where the picture is taken. Yanis explained that some people might not understand what geotagging is and click allow when Twitter asks to use their location without even thinking about it.
Yeah, that would be why when Twitter asks if they can use my location, I'm like, nope. No, you fucking cannot. Get fucked. Fuck off, Twitter. You're not using my location. No. So, yeah, that would be why I don't allow that to happen. Oh my goodness. To blindside the fact that this can be done by practically any app. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. This is like the creepiest thing I think I've ever. I'm glad I played this video. I'm very glad I played this video. It was a very interesting watch. And I'm super glad that we went over this, cuz holy shit, that's scary. those apps are just creepy as fuck. Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow. It is 4:30. We have reached the 2 hour and 37-minute mark. I am going to end here and go figure out dinner and feed myself and the children. But I will be back tonight with some Mortal Kombat. And yes, I actually will be streaming that tonight. I'm sorry I didn't stream it last night. Poor kiddo was up till about 11 coughing his poor little lungs out. So, but I will be back tonight with some Mortal Kombat. Be sure to come and watch. And thank you guys for hanging out with me during this stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And be sure to take a look at the video that I've posted up on the channel this morning. And I will see you guys later on. Have a fantastic evening. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you around 9 tonight. Bye, guys.